One of the best ways of making money online is by creating online courses. Now, there are several ways you can host your online courses, but the best way is to have them on your own website where you have total control. Now, this comes with a challenge because you need to set up WordPress and there's a lot of plugins that you need to make sure they're working fine. In today's video, I am going to show you step by step how to create your own online course website, which looks like this. Now, of course, this says Cooking Mastery, but the techniques I'm going to show you in this video will allow you to create any type of online course website. So this is the design we have. It shows all your courses here. And when I click here on one of these courses, it's going to take us to the main course landing page. And this is also beautiful. I show you how to create this header area here using the templates. And as you can see over here, it shows you the progress as how far you've gone in the course. And when you scroll down here and you click on the lesson 1, it also takes you to a fantastic learning experience. And as you can see, we have this beautiful video here. Yeah, I know I had to say that. Okay, so this is our main lesson page. Now, if you need more screen real estate, all you have to do is to click here and now you have more of this video. So I show you step by step how to put everything together and make sure everything is running, including having people to pay for the courses on your website. So I haven't skipped any steps in this tutorial. So if you watch it from start to end, you're going to be able to create your own online course website. Now, before we get started, there are a few tools that I use throughout this course. So I need to go through these, and these also come with some bonuses if you buy them using my affiliate link, which is in the video description below. So first of all, I use Divi. So Divi is the page builder that makes this look amazing. So that comes with a bonus. If you buy it using my affiliate link, you also get access to my web design formula course, a course that teaches you how to design professional looking websites with Divi. Next, I use LearnDash for this course, and LearnDash also has a discount. You save $40 if you use my affiliate link, and that also comes with LearnDash Mastery, a course that teaches you how to master LearnDash and to build websites like this. All right, so without wasting a lot of time, let's dive in and let's get started. Okay, so the first thing you're going to need is great hosting. So the company I use is Get Flywheel. I highly recommend it because it has a beautiful dashboard and you can start building your website for free. All you have to do is to sign up for the membership here, which is absolutely free. So as you can see, I'm in my admin dashboard here. So if you want to create a new site, you just click here on Create a New Site. Next, you want to click here on Create a Demo Site. And what you need to do is to fill in this information. You give the site name, and then over here, you want to give your temporary domain name, and then you want to select your data center. Now, I'm in the United Kingdom, so I'm going to select United Kingdom, and then you want to create your WordPress username and the WordPress admin password. So once you confirm the password, you are going to now have your demo website. It's going to be built behind the scenes, and once it's ready, you have 14 days where you can host it for free. And then after that, you can decide to either have it hosted with Flywheel, or you can just delete it altogether. This is ideal if you have some clients where you want to show them the progress of their website. And if they're committed, you can just hand over their website and they can pay this. So it's great for freelancers as well. All right, so let's say you have installed WordPress and everything has gone well. You're going to have an installation that looks like this. So this is very clean, very basic. Now let's log in and let me show you how you can access your admin dashboard. So to access your admin dashboard, you want to hit WP-admin, hit enter. I'm going to enter my username, password. And now this is my dashboard. So you may be asking, what about domain registration? What I prefer to do is to register my domain with a separate company. I don't really like to have the hosting company also be the domain registrar, because if I do decide to host my website with another company, it may be a bit tricky to separate those two. So I'd rather have my domain name registered. Like, for example, I use a company called hover.com. hover.com to register my domain names, and then the hosting can be different hosting companies. And then I'll just link them together, which I'll show you later on in the video. Okay, so here we have our WordPress admin dashboard. This is where we have our website. Now we are going to add a few pages. So I'm going to come over here, click on add new. So the first page we're going to need here is the home page. So I'm going to add it here, and I'm also going to publish it. Okay, next let's add another page. So this one here is going to be our about us. And again, like how we did before, we're just going to publish it. And we're also going to need our dashboard. So let's come back over here, add another page. So this is the page that your students see when they log on to the website. I'm going to publish it. Now let's add one more, and this is going to be our contact page, and I want to publish it. Okay, great. So we have all our pages now. Let's take a quick look at our website. So I've opened this in a new tab, and as you can see, we've just added all our pages, but we can't see them here. Well, now we need to create our menu. So let me show you how to create your menu. So to create your menu, you need to come back over here to your admin dashboard. And what you want to do is to come over here to appearance and then click on menus. Let's give our menu a name. And we're also going to apply this menu to our primary menu, create menu. And then I'm going to add all my pages to the menu. So these are the pages that I've just created. Click on add to menu, and you can arrange these by just dragging them. So I want my contact to be right at the bottom like that, and making sure my menu has been assigned to primary menu. I'm going to hit save menu. So now when I come over here to my site and refresh, we are going to notice now that we have our menu right here. Okay, great. So now that we have this in place, we notice that over here on our home page, this is by default heading to our blog page. So what we need to do is to set our home page as the main page. So let's go ahead and do that by coming back over here. This time what we need to do is to hover over settings and then click on reading. Over here on the static page, click on the drop down and assign this to the home page. Hit save changes. And now when I come over here and refresh this, now we're on the home page, but of course we haven't added any information here, so we can't really see what we have here. So the next part is installing our page builder, because right now, as you can see, Gutenberg is not as flexible when it comes to designing your website. So ideally you need a very good page builder. The one I recommend is Divi, but you can use other ones like Elementor, Beaver Builder, and so on. So let's go ahead and install Divi on our website. So we're over here on elegantthemes.com. I already have an account, so I'm going to go and log in. Next, I'm going to click here on download Divi theme. And I also need to go to my account tab here so I can add my API key. So I'm going to click here on API keys. Next, I'm going to copy my API key by clicking over here. And then back over here to our website, let's go ahead and install our theme. So I'm going to hover over appearance, click on themes, add new, upload theme. And I'm just going to drag it over here and click on install. Another way to install this is to click on choose file, and this will navigate to the folder where you downloaded your theme. I'm going to click now on install now, and then I'm going to activate it. Next, I need to add my API key. So I'm going to come all the way down here to the bottom and click on theme options. I'm going to click on updates. On the username, I'm going to add my username and then paste my API key, which I copied from my dashboard. Click on save changes. And that is now saved. This means I can now get updates, and I can also communicate with the support team at Elegant Themes. They can have direct access to my website remotely if I have any major issues with my website. So without the API key, you won't be able to do that. And also one other thing is you can also use pre-made layouts, which is fantastic. All right, so now that I've added all this, the next step now is to install LearnDash. So I'm going to come over here to LearnDash, and when you click on Get LearnDash, you get this timer here. This will save you $40, but you have to make sure that you buy it before the timer ends. I've had a few people asking me, well, Mac, I didn't get my 40 discount. That is because the timer would have run out. So make sure when you go to this website, you purchase it when you are ready. So if you're not ready, please do not go to this because it will just count down to 0. All right, so now that I'm here, I also have an account with LearnDash. So I am going to log in. So I'm going to click here on account. I'm going to log in. All right. So what I'm going to do here is to download LearnDash. So I'm going to click here. So LearnDash is being downloaded. Next, I need to get my license. So I'm going to click here on license details. And all I have to do is to copy my license. So back over here now on my website, I'm going to install LearnDash by coming over here to plugins, click on add new. Now let's click on upload plugin, and then I'm going to drag it over here. Click on install now, activate the plugin. Okay, so now LearnDash has been installed. We have also installed Divi. So the next step now is just to activate LearnDash. So I'm going to click here on update your license. I'm going to add my email address, and then I'm going to paste my license key and update license. Okay, so now that we've installed LearnDash, let's add our first course. So I'm going to come over here, but before we do that, let's go to our settings first. So I'm going to hover over LearnDash LMS, click on settings, and this is where we need to make sure that our active template here is LearnDash 3.0. And then over here, we need to activate focus mode. I'll show you how that works. And we also need to make sure this set is set to wide. And pretty much that's all we need to do for now. And then click on save. Okay, great. So to add our course, we want to come over here to courses. And then over here on the top, you click on add new. So let's give our course a name. So I'm going to paste it in here. And for this, I'm going to use my default editor. And this is where I need to add my course description. So I'm going to paste my description in here. Now we need to add our featured image. So I'm going to scroll down here. In fact, I need to click on course, and then I need to scroll down here to featured image. So this course here is about cooking. So let me just find an image that works. So what I'm going to do is to upload a bunch of images here that I've already gone ahead and downloaded. So I'm just going to drag and drop them over here. So let's pretend this is our first meal. We're going to show people how to make a soup. So I'm going to click here on set featured image. Okay, great. Now that I've done that, I'm going to publish it. Now, if I need to, I can view the course, but I'm going to do this in a new tab. And here it is. It has the description here. Now let's go in and let's add our lessons. So I'm going to click here on builder. So let's start with adding a new section. So I'm going to say welcome, add my section, and now I can add my lesson. So I'm going to say lesson 1, add lesson. Let me add a new lesson, and this one here is lesson 2. Add my lesson. Let's add lesson 3. So you can continue doing this until you have the amount of lessons that you need here. If you need to add another section, you can just click here on add new section. And this is, maybe this could be advanced, add my section. So this now becomes lesson 4, add my lesson. And then finally, I'm going to add my bonus lesson. And again, I'm going to click on add lesson. Great. So now that I've added all my lessons, I can now click on update. Okay, so everything is all updated now. So when it comes to populating your course, you can either use just text, audio, or you can use video as well. So I really like using video, but you don't really have to use video. You can use audio, text, or video. So a combination of both is also great. So let's go ahead and do that. So I'm over here on my YouTube channel. So when it comes to your videos, you can either use YouTube as your hosting, but I don't highly recommend that. I would rather use, say, Vimeo. That is the option that I use at the moment. But of course, there are other options like Wistia and BunnyNet. Okay, so let's go ahead and add our video. So I'm going to come over here now to my YouTube channel, and I'm going to click here on these 3 little dots, and then I'm going to get my shareable link. And over here now, I can go into lesson 1, 2, and 3 and add my videos. So to add your videos, you want to hover over here where it says edit. So I usually open this in a new tab like that. So I'm just opening these 3 in a new tab. So what I do now is I come over here to lesson 1. I paste my URL for my YouTube video, and then I hit enter. Now it's time to add my description. So I'm just going to use my dummy text here, and then I'm going to paste it like that. Click on update. Okay, let's view the lesson. So this is what the lesson looks like, and you can see out of the box, this looks beautiful. I have lesson 2, lesson 3, and so on. So what you want to do at this point now is to go in and add lesson 2 and lesson 3. Let me do one more example so I can show you how to add this. Okay, so back over here now, let's take a look at lesson 2. So like I said, you click on edit. Click on leave. Okay, so this time I'm going to start by adding my description text. Now I'm going to go to my YouTube channel, grab another link to my video. Okay, so I've copied my link there. I'm going to paste it in here, and then I want to hit publish or update. Okay, and again, if we view this lesson, we now have lesson 2. It has some description text, and we have our buttons here to go to the next lesson or previous. So if I go to previous, we're going to see our first lesson, which is lesson 1. And this is really, really looking great. All right, so now that we've added our first course, we've added our lessons, and everything is looking great. Let me show you one more time how to add another course on your website. So I'm going to switch back over here, and to add our course, I'm going to hover over where it says LearnDash, click on courses, and I'm going to click now on add new, which is over here at the top. We're going to give a course a title. So this is going to be our course title. I'm going to click on use default editor. I'm going to add my description text here. And then over here, I need to add my featured image by clicking here on course. Scroll down a little bit, click on set featured image. And this time the image I am going to add is this one right here. Click on set featured image and then publish. Now with our course published, I'm going to click here on builder, and let's add our sections and also our lessons. So let's start here with our heading section. So I'm going to call this module 1, add section. So now it's time to add my lessons. So this one here is going to be lesson 1. I'm going to add it, add the next one, lesson 2. I'm going to add it, add the third one. This is lesson 3. Now, if you want to add another module, I'm going to click here on add new module, and this is going to be module 2. Add my section here, and then I'm going to add a new lesson. So this lesson here is going to be lesson 4. All right, so the next step now is to add another lesson, and this now is going to be lesson 5. Hit add lesson. I'm going to click update. So now it's time to add my video. So I'm also going to use one of my YouTube videos here, but as I mentioned before, you can use Vimeo. So I'm going to come over here and open lesson 1. And then I'm going to go into this tab and add my video by pasting it like that. And now I'm going to add my description. So I'm going to paste my description in here. Now, let's say you want to add an image to this. Well, you can just add a / and search for image. So that's your image block. I'm going to click on that. And then I'm going to go to my media library, and I can add my image by just clicking it here and then clicking on select. And now my image has been added. Next, I'm going to hit update. And now I can view the lesson, and let's take a look and see what this looks like. Okay, so here's our lesson. When I scroll down here, we can see we have our text and we also have our image. All right, so that is looking great. So we have all our information now on our website. Next, let's work on our main course landing page, because this page is very, very important, because we want that when people land on this page, it looks very nice, it's beautiful, and it has all the courses that we need to show all our visitors. Okay, so back over here now, what I'm going to do is to go back to courses. I'm going to leave this page, and I'm going to come over here to pages, click on all pages. So what we're going to work on here is going to be our home page. So I am going to click now on edit with Divi. So I'm going to start building. And for this design, I'm going to build from scratch. So I'm going to click here on build from scratch. Okay. So what we're going to do now is we're going to add a full width header. So I'm going to click on this plus button and click on full width, and I'm going to add full width header. I'm going to snap this over to the left so I can see my design as I'm designing it. So what I'm going to do next is to scroll all the way down here to my background, and you can see this color that we have. I'm not really a fan of this color. So what I'm going to do is to change this to black. Next, I'm going to add my image by coming over here to the third tab, clicking on this plus button, and the image I'm going to use is this one right here. Hit upload an image. Okay, great. So now that I have my image in place, The next step now is to make sure I have my color here, because I want to make sure everything is ready here before I start adding all my text. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to change my blending mode from normal to multiply. So what I'm going to do next is to click here on my color, and I'm going to drag this slider down to reveal my image there in the background, just like that. So just make sure you're happy with how much you've added here. So now that I've added that, next I'm going to click here on design, click on layout. And what I'm going to do now is to make sure that my information here is centered. And I'm also going to make sure this is full screen so I can see more of this image right here. Okay, so that's looking great. Now I think I'm in a position to go in and start customizing my text and make it look awesome. All right, so the first things first, I'm going to click here on content. So on the text here, this is where we have our main title, which says your title goes here. So I'm going to say cooking mastery. And then on the button here, I'm going to say get started. Now I need to add my description text. So I'm going to override this, add my description text. Okay, so now that I have all the information I need, we need to stylize this and make this look awesome. So I'm going to come over here to design. So first, I'm going to start with my heading here. I'm going to click on this paintbrush icon, and this is going to take us directly to our heading. So I'm going to change my font here from default to Poppins. Choose my font here, and I'm also going to increase my size. So I'm going to go to my text size here, increase it to about, say, 46. And I'm going to change my font weight to semi-bold. Next, I'm going to go to my description text here. Same, I'm going to go in, change this to Poppins, and I'm going to increase the size to about 18. And then I'm going to increase my line height as well. Finally, I'm going to work on my button. And again, I'm going to click here on this paintbrush icon. And now I can click on use custom styles for button. So here we have several colors that we can use for our button. So I'm going to leave my text as white, but the background is going to be orange. And I'm also going to add my border here. Make sure that is orange too. And then finally, I am going to change my font here to Poppins. So this is the same font as I'm using throughout my design. Next, I'm going to hit save. Okay, so as you can see, we have this white gap here on the top. I'm just going to drag this now to the top like that. So this now becomes our main landing page. Next, I'm going to come over here now and add a single column. And here I am going to add a text module. I'm going to select it, and I'm just going to say all courses, because this is the title of this section. Next, I'm going to come over here to design, text, change this to Poppins. We're going to make it bold. So I'm going to scroll down here, make this bold, and we may need to increase this a little bit to about 16. There we go. So I think 16 works great. Okay, so I'm going to save that. And I'm going to now add another row. And this time, this is going to be a single column, but we're going to add a short code. So I'm going to add my code here. All right. So the short code we're going to add is going to show all our courses. So to view our short codes, I'm going to come over here to our LearnDash website. So this is our support page, but this shows us our short codes and blocks. So what we need here, we're going to scroll all the way down, and what we need is the course ID list. So I'm going to copy this short code, and then over here, I'm going to paste it and then save. So I'm going to save one more time. So right now, my courses are not showing. That's because I haven't added my add-on. So let me go ahead and add the add-on that allows us to see these courses here. So I'm going to go to my dashboard, open this in a new tab. Okay, so we're going to come over here to hover over LearnDash, scroll all the way down to add-ons. And the add-on that we need here is the course grid. So I'm going to click here on install now, and then I'm going to activate it. Now this one is free. Okay, great. So now that I've added my course grid, if I go now to my site, you can see now that we have our 3 courses that we've just added onto our website, and this is looking awesome. Okay, so now that we've created our main landing page, the next step now is to work on our dashboard. So this is the page that all your members are going to see when they log on to their site. So I'm going to click here on dashboard, enable visual builder. Okay, so I'm going to build this from scratch, and I'm also going to add my single column here. So what I'm going to do now is to again search for my shortcode, and I'm going to select this. Right, so back over here to my shortcodes, the one that I need this time is ID profile. So this will show us what our student here has access to. So I'm going to paste it and then save. Now let's save this page and exit the visual builder so you can see this completely. There we go. So you can see here we have access to these 3 courses, and when I click on the course, it's going to take me to the main course landing page, which looks like this. And by the way, we are going to fix this, and then next I'm going to come over here now to my lesson 1, and this now takes me over to my lessons. So far everything is coming together really, really well. Next, what we're going to do now is to stylize our pages and make them look even much better than what they look like so far. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go back over here now to LearnDash and click on dashboard. So what you need to utilize here is the theme builder. So I'm going to come over here to theme builder. So first things first, I'm going to click here on this plus button. And what I'm going to do is to create a template for all my pages. So I am going to click here on all pages, create template. And I'm going to start here with my custom body, build custom body. And I'm going to build this from scratch and start off with a single column. So in this column here, we're going to add our post content. So I'm going to select it. And all I have to do now is to go in and make sure that I have my specific fonts here. So I'm going to click on this drop down, choose Poppins, and let's make this bold. We're going to do the same to heading 2 as well. So this process is just to make sure all our headings have similar style. So I normally go up to heading 3, but if you want, you can go ahead and add up to heading 6. Okay, next let's work on our paragraphs. So I'm going to come over here and choose Poppins for my paragraph as well. And I increase the size to about 16. And let's also increase our line height. So far this is looking great. I'm going to go ahead now and save this. And I also need to add a top section there. So I'm going to click on this plus button, click on full width. And for this, I'm going to choose my full width post title. Okay, great. So here now, what I'm going to do is to first of all add my background, which I'm going to do by coming over here and adding my color by clicking on this plus button. So the color I'm going to add is a dark gray, just like that. Now I am going to remove the elements that I don't need. So first of all, let's get rid of our featured image. We are also going to get rid of the comments count and the categories. In fact, let's get rid of everything here except the title. So now that we have the title left, I'm going to click here on this pencil icon. On this paintbrush icon, change this to Poppins. We're going to change the color. And in fact, let's make it a gray because white is a bit too much there. Okay. All right. So let's make this all caps. No, actually, no, all caps doesn't look great. And let's increase the size. And also, we want to adjust our size. So let's increase it a little bit more to about 36. And we're going to change the font weight to bold. All right. So I think that's looking great. The only thing that I need to do now is to go to spacing and add a bit of padding. So we're going to add some padding. In fact, let's add it both to the top and the bottom. So you can see here I've activated my chain. Let's see how that looks. Well, you know what? We may need a bit more to the top here and less to the bottom. Let's go with 104 and 38. Okay, so that's looking great. I'm going to save this and drag this to the top and let go. All right. So I can see here we have a bit of padding in here. So let's just drag this away like that. And I think I'm happy with this. So I'm going to save. So that's our first template. Now this template is going to be applied to all our pages on our website. So let's take a look and see if this has worked. So I'm going to close out of here, hit save changes. So now let's visit our website. So we have a few pages here. We can see we have our home page, but we don't want this on the home page. So we are going to remove this on the home page. And let's go to our dashboard. Excellent. So you can see here we have our titles. So our dashboard here is looking great. But the only problem is on the home page, it is showing. So we need to remove this on the home page. So back over here on our theme builder, I'm going to go into my settings. And then I want to click on exclude from home page. Click on save, save changes. And now when we visit our website, our home page looks great. And when I go now to my dashboard is looking great. And also when I go to my contact page, I know there's nothing here, but we're going to add our contact form and so on. Okay, so far, so good. The next step now is to work on our footer, because as we can see here, this footer doesn't look great. So this can also be done in our theme builder. So let's go ahead and do that. So I'm going to click here on dashboard, come all the way down to Divi Theme Builder. And this time I'm going to work on my global footer. So I'm going to click on it, build global footer, build from scratch. So I'm going to start off with a single column and add a text module. Okay. So what I'm going to do here is I am going to add my titles. So this one here is just going to be the company, and I can start adding all my links now. So I'm going to call this about us, terms and conditions, privacy policy. Okay, so now let's go in and change this to heading 3. And we also want to add some blank links over here. But in your case, you want to make sure that this is linking to the actual pages. Okay, so I'm going to add a blank link for now. Hit OK. Do the same thing here. Add my blank link. Okay, and then finally, we're going to go to privacy policy. There we go. Hit OK. All right, so these are all our links. So what I'm going to do now is save, and we need to add a background here. So I'm going to click on my section settings, click on background, and we are going to go with this black. Okay, now let's save, and we need now to go into our text module here and just stylize this text and make this look awesome. So I'm going to click here on my pencil icon, change from default to Poppins, and let's change our color. So let's change this to white. We may even go for orange because I know we've used orange before. So let's go with orange, and let's change this from regular to semi-bold. And now let's go into our text here. So we're going to change this from default to Poppins. We're going to increase the size a little bit, 16. Okay, and I think we may need to play around with the colors here as well. But you know what? Let's go with this red. Okay, next we're going to change this to semi-bold. I think 15 is better. Okay, so now that we have our company here, we have our links, everything is looking great. So now it's time to save this. Next, we are now going to go into our row settings, and we're going to duplicate this a few times. So let's go ahead and do it 1, 2. Okay, and we can add a fourth one if we need to, but you know what? Let's just stick with the 3. So all you have to do now is to go in and then customize these to different links. So to do that, let's start here with the first one. So this one here is going to be all courses. So this one here is going to be our course 1. This one here will be course 2. Okay, so it looks like we need to add our links again. So I'm just going to go in and add my links. But in your case, make sure these are linking to the actual courses. Okay, there we go. So we have all our courses here, and this could be something else. So that's our footer. I'm going to save this. Now, if you needed to add a fourth column here, you can do that. And let's say you want to add an image or a video on the footer. It is quite easy. All you have to do is to go into our row settings. And let's say you want to get rid of the last one. You see, so that one is gone. So now we can add another one. So now this space, as you can see, is open. So we can now add any module in here. So let's say this is a video. So I'm going to search for my video module. I'm going to select it. And what I usually do here is to go in and add an image overlay. So I do that right away. So for our image overlay, so let's add this one here, upload an image. And now let's change the color of the icon by coming over here to design, play icon, and let's change this to, you know what, maybe that white is fine. Now I can adjust the size as well by just dragging this until I'm happy with 40. Save that. So what I can do now is I can go back into my row settings and then just drag this to the beginning here, or to the top, so that my video now is right here at start. Okay, so I'm going to save this, and I can also add a title to that. So let's do that by searching for our text module. And I'm just going to say how we got started, or let's just call this the journey. I'm going to highlight it, set this to heading 3. And then I'm going to stylize it by coming over here to design, heading text, heading 3. And I'm going to choose my font. Let's make this bold. And now it's time to change the color. But for this, I'm going to make it white and then save. Next, I'm just going to drag this to the top, and this is our footer. So now I'm going to hit save, close out of here, save changes. So now when you go to our website, it is going to have a footer. So when I scroll all the way down, you can see our courses here. And now we have our footer here on the bottom. We can also add social media links if we need to, but we're just going to keep everything simple. All right, so moving on, there's one page that doesn't really look nice when we view our site. Let me show you what page it is. So here on our homepage, when I scroll down and let's say I want to take a look at this course right here. If we look at this, you see that this does not look great. Our text is not formatted and it doesn't really look consistent with the rest of our website. So let me show you how you can resolve this by using a template. All right, so now what we're going to do is to go to dashboard. We're going to come over here to Divi Theme Builder, and then we're going to click on this plus button to add a new template. So the template we need to scroll all the way down here, and the one we need is for the courses. So I'm going to click here on all courses, create template, add custom body. And our custom body is going to be similar to what we added over here. So I'm just going to drag this over to save us some time. And let's hit save changes. So what we need to do now is to click here on this little icon here. So this is going to take us into the Divi Builder. All right, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to customize this top area here to show a bit of our image. So let's go ahead and click on our module settings, click on background. So first of all, let's get rid of this color here. Next, we're going to come to the third tab and let's add our image. But the way we're going to add our image here is we're going to do it dynamically. So we're going to choose our featured image. And then we are also going to add a gradient. But the way we're going to add our gradient is we want to show a bit of the image over here on the right side. So to achieve that, first of all, our gradient direction needs to be 90 degrees. And our color here is going to be, I don't know, should we use black? Okay, let's use black. And let's add black on the other side as well. But on this side here, we're going to add a bit of transparency so we can see a bit of the image. So let me save this And what you also need to do here is to add more padding so we can see more of this image. So I'm going to increase this to about 112. And then the top is going to be, I'd say, about 166. Okay, so let's save this and close out of here. Save one more time. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to open this in a new tab. And then I am going to click here on my course. And we can see now that we have this beautiful image in the background, which shows us that this is the course that we're just about to take, which is fantastic. But what I noticed is our gradient here did not work. So let's go back, click on the pencil icon. So what we may need to do is to go back in here. So on this tab here, which is the gradient tab, we need to scroll down until we find place gradient above image. So I think this will do the trick. And what I may also need to do is to increase the size of my text here. So let's go ahead and do that. So I'm going to go with 48. And we need to make sure now this looks great in all devices. So I'm going to click on the tablet. And on the tablet, I need to increase the line height. And the size of the text is fine. And let's go to the phone. And on the phone here is where we have a bit of a problem because we might need to reduce our text size to about 36. But the line height, it looks great. Okay, so back over here now. Let's save. Save one more time. So now when we refresh this, you can see now that this looks much, much better. But you know what? I may need to increase this a bit more as well. So let's go ahead and do that. So I'm going to click here. Okay, so to increase the size, I'm going to come over here to spacing. So let me use VW instead. So let's start with 7 VW. So I'm just going to increase this a little bit. And on the bottom here, we're going to go with 6 VW. Okay, so let's save this. Save one more time. And now let's refresh this. Right, so I can see now that majority of this image here is not visible. So let's go ahead and adjust that. So as you can see, I'm going back and forth. And the reason why it's important to do this is because you want to make sure you have the right setting here. So let's go down a bit more. And also, I'm going to adjust my starting position here because it's a bit too much. Let's reveal more of my ending here. There we go. So I think this should be fine. I'm going to save this now. And when I come now to my course and refresh, boom, that is much, much better. We can see a bit more of the food. And when we scroll down here, we have our description. It's also telling us how much we've completed the course, and that looks great. So we're almost done now. So let's go back to our main page. Because what we're going to do now is just to show you that our template is fantastic and it works on all pages or all courses. I'm going to click here on this second course and notice what happens. It also shows us a bit of the image here and this looks fantastic. Okay, great. So now that we've fixed our pages or our course landing pages, the next step now is to go in and let's adjust our payment process. So we want that when people come to our course, they're able to pay for it and it is easy to do that. So let's dive in and let me show you how to do that. So over here now, I'm just going to close out of my builder here. Make sure all changes are saved. And what I'm going to do now is to go to LearnDash, click on add-ons. So what I usually do here is I use Woocommerce because I find that Woocommerce is very, very easy to integrate my courses because just using PayPal on its own doesn't really work great for me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add Woocommerce for LearnDash, click on install. I'm going to activate the plugin, but I know I should have installed Woocommerce first, but let's see if this works. Okay, so that's installed. Next, I'm going to install another plugin here, and this one is going to be the Woocommerce plugin. So I am going to search for Woocommerce. Okay, so here it is. I'm going to click install and activate. All right, so this is where you want to go in and add your address and so on. So I am going to skip this. So I'm going to click here on skip setup details, and then I'm going to close out of here as well. I'm going to dismiss all this. And I don't need Jetpack, so I'm going to get rid of that too. Okay, so what we need to do now is to come over here to settings and go to your payments. So this is where you want to set up PayPal and all these other options. So for now, I'm just going to add a dummy email here for PayPal. Click on setup. And this is where you'd add your PayPal email address. So make sure you are signed up with PayPal first in order for you to use that. But if you want to use Stripe, you can also add the Stripe add-on, and this will give you the option to work with Stripe. Next, we are going to come over here now to account and privacy. So here is where you want to make sure allow customers to create during checkout is selected, and remove this one here and then save. Excellent. Okay, so now that we've saved this, the next step now is to go to LearnDash and let's go to our courses. So now let's start with the first one. So I'm going to click on edit. I'm going to close out of here. Click on settings. So here is where we need to add our pricing. So this one here is going to be a closed course. I'm going to add the price. So this is going to be $97. So you can also add course points here if you want to. But you know what? We're just going to keep everything simple here. I'm going to hit update. So what you want to do is to add all the prices for your other courses. So let's go back to courses and let's choose our next one here. Hit edit, click on settings, and then we're going to scroll down here, click on closed, 197, hit update. Let's go back again, click on edit for the third course, go to settings. And let's say this one here is free. You can hit update, but of course they need to be registered for them to access the course. All right, so now that I've added all my pricing, pretty much everything is looking great. So what we're going to do now is to work on our About Us page. And then finally, we need to work on our contact page. So let's go ahead and do that. So I'm just going to go back now to courses here and go to pages, all pages. So I'm going to edit my About page with Divi. Click on Build from Scratch. Okay, so on the left here, we're going to add an image. So this is where we can add an image. So I don't have a lot of images here, but I'm going to use this one here. I know I've overused it, but you know, it is what it is. All right, so over here, we're going to add a text module. And in our text module, we're going to add our dummy text. So I'm going to paste it like that. And this is going to act as my title to this page or to this section. There we go. So that's a bit of the About Us content. So we're going to save that. Now let's work on the contact. So now I'm going to exit the Visual Builder, and then we're going to go on the contact page. So for this one here, I'm going to enable the Visual Builder. Right, so let's build this from scratch. And what we're going to do is we're going to have a form on one side and text on the other side. So we're going to start off with a text module. And we're just going to say email us, highlight this text, set this to heading 2. We're going to save that, add another module, and this time it's our contact form. Excellent. So what we need to do here on the contact form is to come over here to email, and this is where you need to add your email address. There we go. And I'm going to save that. Now over here, I'm going to add some text. So let's add a text module. Right. So I'm going to start here with my address. Change this to heading 2. Let's add our email. No. Let's add our phone. And I'm going to paste a fake phone number here. Okay, so that's our contact information. And I think that works great. I'm going to save that. Okay, so back here to our dashboard, there's a few things that we may need to do here. And that is just to make sure that everything is connected. So I'm going to come over here to all pages, And I can see here there is a few links that we may need to add to our menu. So let's go ahead and do that. So I'm going to come over here to appearance, and I am going to go to menus, and you can see here there's a few pages that we may need to add. So we've got the checkout, the cart, and the my account. So I'm going to add to menu. So this my account, I'm going to drag it below my dashboard as a sub menu. And the cart here is also going to be the sub menu. And then I'm going to hit save. Okay, great. So our website is almost complete now. So I'm going to go to visit my site. And now we can see we have the account where we can see our orders, our downloads, addresses, and we can also log out from here. And we also have the cart here on the checkout. There we go. So at the moment, the cart is empty. Okay, so this is looking great. We also need a login page. So let's go ahead and add that. So I am going to go back over here to dashboard and let us create a new page. Call this login. So I'm going to use the default editor, and we're going to need a shortcode for this. So I'm going to hit /, and we can see here that we have LearnDash. So here it is, LearnDash login. That's what we need. We're going to publish here. Publish one more time. Okay, let's view the page. So when we take a look at the page, you can see here it says log out. But if I open this in incognito mode, and let me paste the URL here, you can see here it's saying login. And this now takes me to the login, and I can add my username and password, and we're good to go. So all I have to do now is to add the login page to our menu. So I'm going to go back to appearance, menus, and I'm just going to add this to my menu and save the menu. Excellent. All right, so this is our final design. Let me know what you guys think. And if you have any suggestions or you have any questions, please let me know in the comments box below, and I'll do my best to, answer those questions. And don't forget to hit the subscribe and bell notification. By doing so, you'll be notified when I release new tutorials. Until next time, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care.